Find out here, game is live. The last of the day, North on the CT side, Astralis on the T side, and we have two smokes being picked up here for the Astralis team. So, I mean, that could work for almost anything. There is a bit of an aggressive push actually coming out from North, trying to charge up the ramp over at the brown holes, and they're going to get the early battle, doing a lot of damage to MSL with a headshot, taking down Kiebu, and now we're definitely off to the races. Look at the damage done to Astralis, and they want to swing back out here, but there are more players from North waiting. This defense is absolutely stunning right now. Config with a headshot, double for him, triple at the end. And North decimate Astralis.
That's so huge. We had a great early fight from the players at Inside. MSL close up with that CZ. That's beautiful. I think the big key to that, I mean, you said it, all the damage that went out. At that point, Astralis, they realize they can't win that battle. They realize they have to switch outside, but they just don't have the HP. And if you want to talk about just a smart play, it's Valdi and Connector just doing those shoulder peeks, not committing to that fight, just keeping them back as long as humanly possible while his teammates rotate over. Solid play from him, and a pretty easy pistol run, all things considered, from North.
Yeah, and I loved it because they sort of maybe are the underdogs North, so it's nice to really sort of get that knockout punch in early. Make them feel like they've got to respect you.
Yeah, and especially with the aggression, just showing they're not going to be afraid so far. That's quite nice. And Device now with the Deagle. Going to try and work his way outside, try and find an early pick. AZ's waiting for him, MSL as well. Pretty solid defense out here, all things considered, but that can change so quickly with the Deagle.
Device hoping that maybe there was going to be someone in Pop Dog who wanted to sort of sneak back and take a look in yard, but oh, that's a shot and a half, taking down MSL, looking for more, but he's going to be missing AZ, who quickly tries to get away. That looked like it could have got out of control.
It could have, and that's a mistake from MSL there. You've got to be aware that you walk out into that kind of a danger, that you just have your back turned to T connector. That's either miscommunication or just a mistake. Valdi now pulls out a Molotov at the wrong time, but now he's going to burn him, and they can't cross over. They can't do a whole lot, although Zipnix wins that fight. Molotov didn't go as deep. It does kill him right at the end with the spread, and the bomb is down.
He actually tried to get up on the ladder, but just couldn't really make it work. Great headshot from Kiebu. Long range here. Should be favoring Cajun B, but you really never know. And Dupree sneaking in from the C connector. Still 30 seconds. He's got plenty of time to do this, although they seem very ready for it, North. They definitely know that something is up. Kiebu making it back in through. Dupree is just waiting. Timing is everything right now.
This is a huge play. I can't believe Kirby got away. They locked their eyes off of it, or they looked away for just a moment. They know there's a potential for a flank in here, especially because the round slowed down, but they weren't able to get eyes on the bomb. And now there's a chance here. 2-on-2, and that position from Dupree is going to be massive.
I don't think Dupree actually heard him running back there. Cajun making a bit of noise, but probably too far away. Config making his way down Pop Dog. Let's see if they can get this sandwich working right. Swinging out into the bomb side and not really seeing anyone just yet. They need to make a move because there's no kit right now picked up. They've got to find one. There's a good kill for Cajun. Almost gets taken out, and Dupree's going to get shot down. Long range there, so after all of that work, they do end up sort of messing it up a little bit. Got to find that bomb pretty quickly. Don't want to waste too much time here.
No, that actually did seem like it could end up being a close defuse, but regardless, just unfortunate timing, I think, for the Astralis guys. Yeah, that is deceptive.
Oh my God.
That is crazy.
I was wondering because I had to do a double take just to see if they had actually picked up a kit, because I was wondering why they're running around.
It did seem like they were just like leisurely trotting over to the bomb train. I mean, regardless, that's a big round to win, but that's great for Astralis. They get a plant, they get 3 kills. In a different world, Dupree has better timing on that peek out, and he's not being watched from T-mid. But overall, I mean, this is part of the danger as well. Astralis always seems to know how to make the right play, and I constantly talk about they're one of the best teams in late round situations, no matter what the disadvantage they have, whether it's manpower, whether it's arsenal. They're so good at just finding some of those kills and grinding away at the money.
Yeah, that was a very smart decision, and I guess it's a shame they couldn't follow it up. Good kill for Config. Continues the spray, and he's only down to 60. He wants to fight more. And Dupree's still back there with the bomb dropped as well, so just overall a great way to get this round started for Config. One of those players you really have to have working in a game against Astralis. Device will take him down, so that's a bit of a shame.
Yep, and they're just going to continue to fight down here. The bomb is there as well. Oh my good lord, Device is on point at the moment. That's a great shot with low HP, so I still don't think there's a whole lot of danger of them actually losing this round, but those are costly weapons to drop out. Those are M4s. That's a lot of armor. That's a lot of utility as well. Zipnix, if he has some magic in it as well, this could get dangerous.
tags it up a little bit, but MSL is going to be walking in. Was that someone shooting MSL from the team, I wonder? Device looking for more. He's already got the double. That was very nearly a triple kill. 4 bullets, hasn't reloaded yet. He's going to try and swing wide, and MSL will take him down. So 3-0 for North, but definitely some big losses here in the economic department for North.
Yeah, definitely not feeling comfortable whatsoever going forward. In Astralis now, this is the first gun round, obviously, so we'll see what they have to come to fight with. Device has gotten a decent amount of kills in these last 2 rounds, so, you know, he might be able to, if the money was there, get the AWP if he wants to go for a glass cannon. No, he actually has full armor as well. And that goes down to that plant in the previous round. That goes down to the 3 kills he's gotten in the previous one, so a nice job by him being able to get that AWP, and that's an advantage they have over North into this round.
Grenade does nothing in main, but at least they put a little bit of pressure on Device here, who seems kind of unfazed at the moment, just double scoped in. Always dangerous when you're in main like that.
I honestly, I thought Config had spotted him from top of train. I thought that was going to be another peek from Config. Maybe he did see him and just didn't want to mess with the op, obviously not knowing that he's double scoped in. But yeah, an element of danger there for Device.
Speaking of which, though, that top of train position, Astralis shut that down so well yesterday when they did that little boost, and they got so many kills from it. So
that was also, you're not going to get those. That was an oversight by Liquid. There's a flash down. Oh, it's so perfect. Both players from North looking away, and Glaive makes that look easy. That's such a position that's had so much difficulty clearing it out for T-sides, but not here. Cajun's got to hold down the fort at the moment.
There's fire everywhere around him. He's got to be very careful. Still 50 seconds. Config pushing out in front of the train and getting 2 big kills, shutting down Device. And Dupree's going to fall right afterwards. Valda coming in long range, spray to take down Kjaerbye. And North sealed the deal. That's a big round coming out from them. And I mean, with that kind of a start from Glaive, that's very disappointing for Astralis to not win the round.
That's going to be so frustrating for Astralis, and especially I think Glaive, at a certain degree, is going to be like, why was no one pushing the bomb site? Why was no one aggressive towards it whatsoever? When you get those 2 kills, the smokes are up, the Molotovs are on the train, but Config had plenty of time to make his play. Cajun stayed alive for very long on that bomb train with really no pressure around him, just looking at the edge of the smoke. You see Device crouched on the other side, trying to find the shot, but I guess he just didn't have the angle to see the feed or see half the body to kind of figure out where Config was firing from. And now the aggression from Cajun. That's a good shot with the AWP. He's going to fall away. The Deagles are out again, and they've done damage. They've been dangerous for the Astralis side, and we're still seeing it here.
Come on.
Why not?
Find a way to stop Device from being a maniac with that Deagle. I mean, I guess it's annoying, but as long as they're winning the rounds, they're going to be all right with it. Kjaerbye, though, is on a bit of a mission. There is still a player over there. That's Valda down on the bomb site. AC gets dropped. That's Dupree picking up the kill. North really should be holding on to this round. They've done such a good job in the first 4 rounds here to make life hard on Astralis early on.
This flank is going to be so deadly if Kjaerbye ever makes a play. I think at the moment he's just telling his team how much position he has. Oh God. Timing, and Device isn't going to look for it. Valdi's trying to get more kills, trying to be patient with it, but the tough part is he's got a great positioning, but he doesn't have the bomb, and that's far back, and he does catch Cajun off guard, so there's an AWP and an M4 salvage. 45 seconds left, and now Valdi's in a 1-on-2. Now the new North player's got a big test in front of him.
The bomb is up here.
Yep.
This is ridiculous. Otherwise, he has to retake into the A bomb site, but they're going to go and pick it up. This is out of control. The first 5 rounds of this match are already proving to be well worth it. And how could they do this? 24 seconds here. They do have a Molotov, so if they know where he is, if they find out without losing too many, maybe they're just going to sneak it around the corner. I was thinking he would go just a bit closer to try and sort of stop that from happening. Now, he's actually in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I think he had 2 decisions, and he didn't make either one of them. It makes this a difficult clutch. He had to either get closer and keep eyes on the bomb, or he had to rotate around and try and be tricky, but now he's in a tough spot. Kjaerbye's going to peek with the AWP. Oh, he misses an easy one.
Not an AWP by nature, Kjaerbye, but that should have been an easy kill. There is a kid on Valda making this, I mean, still slightly possible. Kjaerbye down there, and this time he's not going to miss. So Astralis winning an absolutely massive round for them that they should not have been winning. And there's a lot of yelling going on.
Yeah, Glaive was into it.
This is the fun part, right? The fact that it's a domestic matchup and all of these players know each other so well means there's going to be a fair amount of psychology at play, I feel like.
Yeah, I think most of it will be tactically, though. I think most of it is going to be obviously the mind games between Glaive and MSL. But finally, North get punished, and we've seen a couple rounds where they definitely should have been punished previous to that. The Deagle's finally doing work, and I think that's an oversight by North, where they just allowed those Deagles to have too much space, able to find too many 1v1s. Now, it's not the easiest thing to stop that on a map like Train, just because if they get a certain position, you have to overextend to chase him down. So really, really smart play with the Deagles from guys like Dupree and Device. But certainly you can't let that happen if you're North. You need to use your utility a bit better. And because of all the success, even without wins previously, the money's gone for North.
That's very upsetting. They could have put Astralis really far back if they could have just picked up that round. Certainly had most of the tools to be able to do it. A really weird exchange over at the B bomb site where Valdir and Kjaerbye walk past each other so that they sort of end up behind enemy lines, both of them. Kjaerbye trying to be quick. That smoke is down, but he's not going to try and flash his way through it. People sometimes do. Kjaerbye instead just wants to take the long flank here around the bomb site, looking for Valdir, and we'll be able to spot him out. Got to be very careful. Config trying to chase him down, and he's going to be successful with the Deagle. AC also infiltrating the T-spawn now, while the rest of Astralis are pushing towards the B-bomb site. That's a good shot from Device.
Yeah, that's so smart what they've done. Cajun, a couple nice shots, but can't get the kill. They don't Molotov. They don't smoke down that lower ramp that you typically see on gun rounds because they know they have an advantage. They just allow that op to have free shots at players trying to rotate over. That pretty much seals the round here. AZ on the flank. Glaive's ready for it, but he loses himself in the smoke. And actually, Valdi and Config got in. It's all of a sudden down to just Device. Oh, another Deagle kill for him. He's been stellar so far, and the smart play, just get away. Don't mess with the fight. And now he can toy with Valdi all he wants. And the bomb timer is ticking away, and there it is right on the edge. And Device is going to find it. A 4K and a beautiful round from him, saving the day.
That might not have seemed like a lot, that last standoff right at the edge, but there's like a lot of hours of experience into how to play that position, right?
Where exactly you're exposed from the other angle that's being watched.
That's really interesting. Man, North, they got so close in that round. They almost turned it.
How did they get those 2 kills? That's what the madness to me, like rotating over. It seemed like that was pretty much locked down for Astralis.
Yeah. Expensive round for them, considering North didn't have that much, but they also don't in this round, so that's how broken they were. Config going to be taken down early on from Kjaerbye. That's kind of what you expect here. And well, that's one hell of a headshot coming out from the P250 of AZ. He was behind the box when he fired the second shot, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was like a nice little fadeaway double tap. Good for him. Valdi's going to push up. He's got Zipnik's low. Oh, when he spotted the head as he ran away. So just a second earlier, and he could have had an easy kill even at that range. Yeah, potential for it to be a decently expensive round again for Astralis, but they've handled this quite nice. They're about to get the bomb planted. They've got 2 players in team main. Imagine one of them should be watching the flank at this point.
But Sip actually has the AWP. That's great, because otherwise Device maybe would have had to fight close against the C-set 75. Sip might just get an easy kill on Kjaerbye. Oh, sorry, on Cajun. It's going to be Valdir to follow it up. That's the AWP gone, and are they just going to try and save it? They definitely could. Long range here, missing the shot, and that might just be the end of it here. Device cleaning it up with a good triple, and Astralis are back with 3 rounds in a row, but you can still tell that this could get to a really interesting point. Like, they all seem right now to be a little bit shaky. Yeah. And losing frags that he shouldn't be.
I mean, it's also, we saw it in the previous game, the FaZe VP game. Like, these kind of matches with so much on the line, you know, this is not an easy tournament to get out of the group stages, and to get into the semifinals here, this is where, you know, some nerves come into it. Even if you're an experienced player, this is where things get scrappy. Finally, though, I believe this is for the first time, Cajun's going to have the AWP on his CT side. We'll see if he can counter Device, who was phenomenal with this weapon yesterday. He's going to hold the angle for them to walk up. It's Config being challenged. That's exactly who you want if you're North. Great kill for him. Hasn't used any of his utility to get out of this just yet. Makes the jump. No punish for Astralis.
It's very well done. Gives them so much room to work with. For one thing, they can more easily keep 2 people on the B-bomb site. So a lot of pressure on the Astralis side now to try and find a way back into this round. They have quite a lot of utility still left, but they would love to get an opening pick, and maybe Device could give them one. I mean, that AWP's been pretty good with it so far.
He's going to need to. This is great. That one-man advantage for North allows them to keep MSL and Valdi in the inner bomb site, so no real weaknesses, just a default setup for them. Here comes some smokes towards the outer side. Glaive going to do that same flash again. No one's here this time. He got a double kill in the last time he did it. Here's Cajun with the op on top of the trains. No one's out yet. He's passing on all the information that he's gotten. He spots one out and he drops down, and AZ's there to back him up.
Has to give up the angle. Does escape through the smoke. That's a nice shot from Device. Mid-air on Cajun, and the bomb is also going down. Kirby with the next kill. Glaive is gone, and Kirby falls. MSL and AZ doing quite a lot of work here. Device and Sip with the bomb plant just have to try and hold on and make sure they can't get that defuse. And speaking of which, there are no kits right now on North, and no smokes either. This is very, very tough to retake. Great headshot from Device. Double in the round for him. That bomb is so out in the open. How do you defuse this without getting shot in the back? A little bit of a shoulder peek coming in from AZ, but he's getting shot to the back. This is the perfect setup for Astralis. Very well played. Valdi now out of time. He's picked up a kit finally, but it's way too late. And he's going to go down to Sip, long-range headshot.
That's very strange of an execution. That's very strange of decision from North, and I imagine this is what Config is saying. A little bit disappointed in Cajun, and I mean they had some kind of miscommunication, dropping off that train into the smoke and then jumping through the smoke to try and take a fight. Config did the same thing right after that, but they seem to have good angles, and they seem to have the time before Astralis really started attacking that bomb site, and they couldn't find positioning. It is Device leading the way, 13-5. There was a lot of talk. His first day of this group stage, I think, was what, a statistically worst map he's had all year.
Yeah, it was a horrible start. Looked like it was about to be another disappointing tournament for the Superstar team, but maybe not so much now. Again, North's economy. This is starting to become just the story of playing the CT side. It's no money, no rifles.
Yeah, not a whole lot to work with. That's why, you asked the question, how do you defuse in that previous round on that 2-on-2, and then the answer is you don't. I honestly thought they were just going to save that because they had nothing really to win that round outside of some miracle that would have occurred. Now they don't have a whole lot to bring to fight. They're going to stack the inner bomb site, take the gamble, largely because of Config's push. It does look like Astralis is actually positioned to go towards the outer bomb site. So the gamble is, they flip the coin and it's the other one.
Always sad when that happens,
yeah.
But maybe Config could get a knife in on
Surely
Device. Oh, knife, do it. Oh, mid-air. Device did actually turn for it, and now Config once more with the AWP. This is so interesting. That's an incredibly dangerous jump, but he does live through it. It's Kirby in charge of that, and Dupree will take him down close range there. So now that's pretty much stabilized it here for Astralis, though. AZ does get a good headshot in. Shouldn't be much trouble.
No, but I'm not against the idea of Config going for some extra kills down the stretch there. There's AZ with an AK-47. They're going to buy in the next round anyways. They're going to have whatever they want. So try and take some weapons. Try and damage the economy. They're doing it. AZ is still battling here. No reason to fall back now. Valdi is coming in behind. Dupree's going to take him away. They could get that. Oh, no, he misses everything. Oh, that's botched. That would have been phenomenal if he was going to get that kill and the AWP. Would have been huge.
It was like a magic trick. Where did the bullets go?
They angled.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Wanted?
Yeah.
It just
curves it.
The worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It's so unbelievably bad.
I liked it.
No, you didn't. We can't be friends. 5-4. We're moving into the 10th round here. AWP still on Device. There is one on Cajun B. I actually think this matchup between the AWPs is going to be really interesting. I think Cajun has an unbelievably annoying style with the AWP that's very sort of hard to play against. He's quite intelligent with it. Even if he's not like the fastest flicker in the world, he's still pretty good with it.
They need him to come alive here, though, because if Device is going to have one of these games, they've got to have an AWP that, even if it can't shut him down and neutralize him, it needs to have similar impact. MSL behind the electric box. Molotov is going to force him away, but he reads that. He gets out before it happens. This is all a ruse. Going back to the inner site, Valdi playing behind the smoke. That flashbang bought him a few extra seconds, but he still has to be careful.
Oops. Bit of a mistake there, putting the Molotov into the smoke. That was a great flashbang, though. You could tell the focus on Glaive and taking Pop Dog. It's like he's just been doing that in practice, 100 times in a row, because it's just down to a science. Valdi playing the off angle. They're going to come check for it anyway. A lot of damage onto him, and he ends up going down. Cajun with one cross shot, but that is the AK of Sipnik's instant headshot on Cajun B. 4 versus 3 here, and they're going to back off.
Yeah, it's a mistake in the rotation. All 3 players going towards connector and being cut off by the Molotov. If they actually wanted to try and make something happen and went towards CT spawn, I still don't think they would have had a great chance, but they could have seen if there was an opportunity, a window for them to get into that bomb site for the post plant. Great shot from Zipnix. He opens that up. And Valdi, you want to talk about how difficult of a spot this B bomb site is on train. He just, you know, shoulder peeks away for just 1/2 second, and he loses the angle. And when they get in position, that's just such a difficult fight to go back into when they know you're going to peek exactly from that angle. The surprise of that is the off angle that's being used. And he gave it up for just the shortest time.
Ooh, MSL forced in, gets taken out. No one re-peek it. It's a good job. At least they managed to save the 2 M4s, but the money is so bad here for North. I mean, it's really important they got those early rounds, because otherwise this could be really one-sided.
What also just shows, I mean, even some of those issues they had early on, you didn't get a lot of confidence in that 4-0 run, did you? Like, the pistol round was great. Everything after that was very, very shaky. North haven't really been that solid early on in this match. So a tactical pause coming out for them. See there. Stars of both teams playing well. Config at 12-6, Device at 13-6. But obviously North just having some miscommunications on the defense, and this has been great for Astralis.
Really strong start here on train, which they have just been looking supremely confident on in the last couple of games. Could be interesting if that's going to continue, and maybe they make that their new home map.
Yeah, well, maybe that might have been part of the discussion they had when they went through that slump. Was, you know, if you want to switch something up, maybe you just look at another map that you've always been, you know, pretty good on, and just say let's kind of ride that one a little bit. Let's start picking that one and see if we can continue to expand the map pool in that sense. And also, I think it might also be a factor of some shaken confidence on Overpass.
A little bit of both, maybe. Device very aggressive, pushing out into the yard and looking for it close range. Oh, that's bad timing, but at least it'll get refragged by Sip. So, could have been a little bit disastrous there. Config up on the train. He is almost surrounded. Has to try and find a way out, but he's dead before he hits the ground. Dupree with a great shot. AC with 1 in return. Still a 3-on-3. And North must win this round. They have to hold on. Device, though, comes in with a big kill, taking down AC, who was the last man defending on the bomb site. And Cajun, Device is so unbelievably ready for this. Read like a book, like a children's book. It was that easy, Moses.
Picture book, perhaps.
Picture book.
Yeah, that's an easy one to read. This Astralis is playing so phenomenally. They're hitting some great shots. Obviously, that one at Dupree, but Zipnix has hit some stunners in the past few rounds as well, just getting that critical kill. And you can see they're hitting the site, and they haven't really expanded out into yard, but they're all just being so very patient of when they choose to finally blow up and go forward. It's that one kill that Zipnix gets where they're like, all right, now we can go forward. Now we have a lot less danger. And North has to find a way to coordinate those fights. Config was battling towards Team Mid that whole time, and no one was able to chime in, not even with a nade. Not even with anything, so tough times for them. Device is loving this.
He really is. Just having a field day. I badly wanted him to take the no-scope shot when he was jumping. I'm just saying, if that had been Config jumping, he would have done it.
You might as well go for it.
Yeah, he would. And he would have landed it too.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Or Cold Zero.
Why you got to bring that up? Why we got to go there?
Yeah.
This is, I think what North has to do in these next few rounds, they haven't done a great job when they've been so passive in that outer yard. I think they need to get aggressive. I think they need to go towards Team Mid. They need to do one of those strats where you smoke or you Molotov off some of the choke points, pop flash into main. You need to do something to disrupt Astralis' offense right now. You need to do something to try and take the fight to them so they can't just be patient, so that they can't just sit back and line up everything they could possibly want.
It's really tricky right now because some of the forward aggression that they have had North, I mean, even just in Pop Dog, right? They must be feeling uncomfortable at holding that because that glaive flash is working out really well.
Certainly, though, you have an answer for someone just dropping a flashbang down and dropping with it. Like, there's got to be, you know, maybe it's the thing where you smoke off Team Mid and you play outside ladder room, you wait for that flashbang to go off, and then you swing it and
repeat
take the
it.
yep.
Yeah, that's it. That would be a really good answer, wouldn't it? Like, I do agree, they do need some control, especially because the more space you give Device, the worse it gets, you know?
Yeah. Well, the other option is Config. Maybe he just said, listen, I'm getting it off, and I'm going to stop Device from just chilling in Team Mid. I'm gonna take that fight. I imagine that could be... It seems like it's something a player like Config would want to do. He's been playing Ivy, but obviously you can glance over. This is the uppercut. This is the fast outer push. Smoke, pop flash coming through that, and MSL's completely blind. dupreeh waiting on the other side. He can still make more plays, and here he goes with it. I think he's going to pop flash himself.
He probably wanted to, but I think there was another grenade back there that maybe stopped him. He's going to fall back instead and take down AZ. 4 versus 3. North can't give up any more economy. They simply have to start building something here on the first half. Otherwise, they're going to be swept off the map by Astralis. He's got the angle here, Config, to try and take a look down. Is there going to be a grenade right in his eye? And he goes down to sip. Valde trying to fight back. Pretty long range with that shot, and Cajun does spot out someone in the corner, but Valde's gone, so all on Cajun back here, and he can't really do this.
That is such a sexy pop flash from Astralis, that blinds Config. That is so beautiful. But again, another round north, you go into that double op setup, and everyone's going to stay very, very far back, and dupreeh had free reign to go wherever he wanted. I think he caught AZ off guard coming back from that angle. AZ's probably watching the mid-choke point. Cajun, I don't think he's going to go for this unless he finds a kill in the next couple seconds, and he's just going to back away down Ivy. Astralis not giving him anything whatsoever. In fact, even Device just isn't even there. He's at the inner bomb site trying to cut off Cajun from falling back, trying to hunt down this gun, but it's not going to happen. So they'll bring it forward into the next round, but...
Listen, at this point, we've gone through all the regular things that North could do, Moses, and it's not working. Regular isn't working.
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying we need to go for the unorthodox plays here. Like, what's the crazy play they could come up with? Are we talking like a 3-man push down Ivy, 3-man push brown holes, like double push into A main? I feel like we've got to go even deeper.
Push into Ivy wouldn't be bad. A push anywhere wouldn't be bad. I mean, they haven't really done it yet except for pistol, and that's what I want. I told you I wanted that mid push. Maybe something like if you're terrified of that AWP in T mid, the double nade it and then push with these nades. Follow up, get close. Nades don't go deep enough to do damage.
4 damage.
Well, I stand corrected, Anders.
There you go. Just gotta keep the math real, Moses. Don't want to be lying to the viewers, do we?
You've been doing that for years.
It's true. Got away with it too. dupreeh down an Ivy and hoping to get a kill on Config, and he's going to win that fight. Config's been pretty solid down here, but this time dupreeh will escape with 12 health, which is going to lead a bit of an awkward position. I mean, this puts so much strain on defense. Now they've got 2A, 2B. That's not an enviable position to be in.
No, but at least in the moment, they have the right call with 2 players here at least. Valde peeks back out. There's MSL with the kill. Valde doing more, holding down the lower ramp. Now Device gets into the action, pulls out the CZ. He's got to be aggressive, doesn't get the bomb, turns from the flash. Can he respond? And he does. Immediate dink with the CZ and the follow-up kill. The AWP is out, and Device is a monster. He is single-handedly winning this round. North has no answer for him from start to finish of this half. And Cajun has just got to be so scared, but he nails the shot.
Yeah, but he has no idea dupreeh was right next to him. dupreeh can hear everything. He knows that Cajun's made the rotation. He's not even gonna go pick up. Oh, I think he really wanted to hunt instead of getting the bomb down. I think he wanted to kill Cajun, but now it's past. He's gonna be putting down the bomb instead, and Cajun's gonna come back and probably will have the advantage here in the retake. 1 versus 1. dupreeh on 12 health and Cajun on 100. One thing that could save it here is I think dupreeh picked up a Molotov along the way. That could put some significant pressure on Cajun B. Trying to look for the opening. Certainly not easy right now, and he's also slowly but surely running out of time. dupreeh not making any noise, and they're going to run. Oh my God! dupreeh gets the headshot? How is that happening?
Oh my word, I cannot believe he drills that. This round is all Device, though. He saves the day. This with the CZ against MSL is so dirty.
He's
so
actually
dirty.
just surfing into the bomb site with the C set out and killing people. He's so smooth right now. What is this?
He's just deathmatching. It's one of those games where you can just tell he's checked in. Even that, dupreeh had 12 HP. If he doesn't land that headshot, that round's over.
How does he... I could understand that Cajun could lose the round if he just couldn't find dupreeh in the bomb site, you know?
I thought dupreeh had lost it when he didn't get towards upper ramp with that Molotov because he only had the 12 HP. Here, now we're talking. Doesn't work, of course. Config's gonna get mollied out as well. This is nightmare. Drops the smoke, trying to catch him on the fallback, and they don't get it. But he does get away. Still at a man disadvantage. Device is just, I guess Device is just the answer to everything that North tries to do.
Yeah, maybe that's how they win this game. They buy the Device out of his contract before the second half. Device is going to get one more kill, but he's very low on health. Glaive with an important frag, getting shot in the back, turning around against Valda, who was spending an enormous amount of bullets to try and get that kill on Glaive. So eventually it's a 2-on-3, and the bomb's still in control for Astralis here.
This is unreal. This performance from Device. It might just end up being an iconic performance in Danish Counter-Strike history. Valdi's going to try and do something. There's Kirby. Great response. MSL's the only one left. They know he's the outer yard player as well. They might expect him to be in ladder room. I think they're just confused because they haven't seen him yet. But if they hold tab and see it's MSL, they'll say he is the E-box player. He's been there every time, so now he's trying to work his way out. The timing works perfectly that Kirby doesn't spot him. Oh. He's got no kit though.
Gonna get the first kill. Checking main, which was a really, really good idea, but Device was so far back that he wouldn't find him, and that means it's pretty much done. He doesn't have a kit and he doesn't have a smoke, so he can't really lure anyone out. And Device will pick up the last kill for the triple. 24 kills in 1/2. Oh my god. Like, I don't know. I can't explain this.
Get out of my server.
Look at the...
Yeah, she's even impressed.
Admin girl's impressed.
Listen, she's had a great week, hasn't she?
Yeah, and I mean, maybe Zeus is going to lose out to Device in this little battle that we've got going on. So.
Yeah, I mean, can you really compete with that, though? He's the whole package, Anders.
Yeah, but Zeus is Zeus, though.
Zeus
Listen, I'm not going to get too deep into this discussion, but he's a pretty charismatic guy.
20, what was it, 24 for Device?
24 and 7, yeah.
And that's the thing, when you have like an AWPer, when you have an AWPer like that going off, he literally just neutralizes everything that you can do as a defense. And I mean, you know, we can criticize the whole time that North didn't do enough to put pressure on him, that he had so much space in team A, and, you know, he's never flushed out. But I mean, even towards the end when they try and do it and they get aggressive, I think it was too little too late, but he still counters that with the shot, so fair play to him. I think he was even half blind.
It's just that when Device was getting the deagle kills early on, I was sort of ready to just shrug that off and say, yeah, so what, you know, like, you know, as long as they're winning the round, okay, that's cool. But then he just kept going anyway. So now we're in the second half here. Still map number 1, and it is Astralis' map pick, so we can't get too carried away. See what North can do here on the T side. They do have a couple of smokes and at least one upgraded pistol there on Valda, so maybe something could happen.
He's going to throw his outside. Dupree is up above just waiting. He'll be able to get lots of information over these smokes. So Kirby, completely blind at the moment. Here comes the hit. All 5 players outside. Easy shot for Glaive at range. These Glocks have to get closer, but the smokes aren't doing their job well enough. Device just toying with it. Finally, Cajun gets involved, and Kirby's going to fall right into the arms of Valdi, but he can't find that kill. It's getting hectic, and Device is now boosted up and can't land that shot either.
Running out of bullets here as well. Kirby will go down now. Config up on the high ground. This is going to be a very difficult retake. Sip crouching in to look for the headshot, but Config will take him down. Triple right now for Cajun B, and Device in a 1 versus 3. There's no way that he can really get into this bomb site. They're just completely around him. Got a triangle of doom set up, and this is just not working. He's going to run in, shot at all sides, and Valda will take him down. North winning a big round here. Yeah,
props to Cajun B. The 2 kills that he gets is what allows North to finally get close to that bomb site, to finally put those Glocks to good use. This one's great, but I thought after those first 2 kills from Astralis came out, it was pretty much game over, but they all missed from there. So Cajun with a good run of form here in this pistol round gives him a lifeline. We have to remember, that was 11 straight for Astralis. Like, North won the first 4 rounds, they won the pistol the first 4, and then it was all Astralis.
Yeah, that's just disturbing when you put it like that.
It's quite scary. Both pistols for North, and they're sitting at 5 rounds. These anti-ecos, anti-force buys, whatever you want to call them, for North were so poor in the first half. That's what really kneecapped them early on, and here, tagged by the scout.
You don't need too many people to be tagged with that scout. Like, even when the first 2 tags come in, just a sort of a weird, nervous feeling on the team that suddenly, wait a minute, we're all starting to drop low on health. We should find a way to win this quick.
Every tag, you just know in your mind the pistols are just going to be so much more effective. Unless you're Team Liquid and you get 4 tags with the scout.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good times. 17th round here, and North did get the opening kill on Dupree. And I would say they're playing pretty focused right now. You know, they don't feel the pressure just yet. They have the time. They know they have the money. They've gone for that double drop.
Well.
Always a good time. And Glaive will get taken down by Valdes. A really smooth job here. North making it work and running in to try and get the kill. And C Connector chasing down Sip with a grenade. He's almost gone. And Device with this scout has been simply smoked out. And Most of the teammates are gone as well. Great work from North.
Yeah, finally been neutralized. Patient round as well. They get the kill and they still keep a slow pace until they eventually do hit that outer sight, and it's just overrun with all this weaponry. So it's going to be a 6th for North, trying to take the guns away right at the end, build up the money. MSL, there's the scout from Device, and he's tagged, and he goes for the second no-scope, and he gets it. There's not a chance in hell he makes it out of here alive. Config's going to finish him off.
There's a tiny part of you that wants to see what would happen if you gave Device a railgun. Just
a railgun or a real gun?
A railgun, like a quick, railgun. Just some of these.
Isn't that technically like kind of what an op is?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not quite. You need the.
You want the bodies to explode and the limbs to go everywhere?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what
Hell
I'm talking about. Actually, what I really want for in terms of Counter-Strike animations is the 1.6 head, sort of the way the head goes back and the sort of the half circle.
Yeah, the physics when they die there. Yeah, that would be great.
Can bring that back.
It always looks so good in the frag movies as well.
It did.
Well, Device winning a battle long range against an AK-47 with the USP is a pretty good start. Cajun's now taking up the mantle for it, and he's winning that fight. But actually, there's a lot of low HP players, and unfortunately, there's just not strong enough weaponry to finish him off on the Astralis side. So, gonna be a plant and a 7th round for North as they inch a little bit closer. We'll see what the gun rounds are like, though.
Yeah, that's the big test, but gotta give it to North. I mean, that's a terrible first half, but they've really focused their game here in the second half.
Yeah, they're not like playing like they're panicked, like they're out of this just yet whatsoever. So that's quite good to see. I think the interesting thing is Device bought that scout in the second round, or did he have? I can't remember if he had a drop to him, but if he bought it, then he won't have an AWP in this round. So that you almost feel like with that performance he had with 24 kills, you just say, let's just get the op in his hands as quick as possible.
Yeah, that could have been a minor mistake. We'll see how it goes with the rifle here, but definitely, we've seen that in the past from teams who have big AWPers when they forget to buy them. I mean, maybe the worst example of all time is Guardian or Na'Vi, where they sometimes just wouldn't get it for 10 rounds in a row because of too much forcing. 11-7 here, the 19th round coming up, and there is almost no utility at all on the Astralis side, so it's just going to be raw M4 action here, and they're all M4A4s as well. Device, good timing with the grenade, doing a lot of damage. MSL gets the kill on Sip, though, and Kirby with one in return. Device is down, and they're just overwhelming the bomb site. What a great rush coming in here from North on B. And Valda will close out the round. That's very well done.
That's so sick. That's so aggressive. And the crazy thing is Astralis had that red. Like, Astralis had 3 players there very, very early on. I'm not sure if that was like they knew what was coming or if they just kind of made the blind call and the gamble because of the lack of utility and the lack of things they could use to slow that down. But regardless, phenomenal play from North. MSL gets that critical shot in the bomb site, which allows his teammates to focus on that third player that's down the lanes. And even the quick flank is taken care of. So we just talked about the fact that North looks like they've kept their focus up despite an abysmal first half, and it pays off in the first gun round. So they're into this game now, 8-11. Cajun's going to get an easy kill on Dupree there as he walks into the crosshair. And he's just holding this down. There is a player in White Halls holding down pushes there, and the main attack for North is going to come in Ivy. But it might not matter.
That's well done. Cajun not overextending, not really showing himself all that much, and they clean it up perfectly here. This is so interesting. I could have almost forgiven North if they had lost a little bit of hope just from getting crushed by one person on the first half, but right now, they seem like they're just fine. And
yeah.
we sort of talked about MSL as a leader, and the desk was liking him and saying, he's got an adequate amount of praise, and people sort of seem to respect him as a leader now. But if you can sort of withstand this and still come up with ways to win, then that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's an in-game leader that's like, I would say in terms of like, leans more on like the Counter-Strike theory is like more of his strength as an in-game leader, and he always comes up with good ways to be tactically sound and effective and come up with really, really good game plans. I think he's been criticized in the past for some of his map vetoes, and I mean, he's just an in-game leader that we've always talked about as someone who just knows how to improve players. Like when you look at some of the guys who have come through like MSL as a leader and gone on to great things.
11-9, timeout is about to run out. We'll see what happens now for Astralis. There's that AWP on Device, and this is the big question. The next big question anyway with North is, can they stop it now that he's on the CT side? Do they have the tools for it? He's very quick Up on the ladder, and they're just not ready for it. MSL almost walking into death, and the grenade follow-up from Glaive will cement that fact. Now they want to go north. Config flashing his way through the smoke. This is dangerous. A lot of players on the other side. He gets an instant headshot on Device. That's so quick, but the refrag is in for Kierby, so still a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, but he's got the op down Dupree. That was an overextension through the smoke. Not sure what's on the other side. He's taken down. It's a 3-on-3 now at North. They are constructing on this bomb site. That's one more to go down. And even Kierby's at a disadvantage, and Valdi presses the issue, and there's Cajun to finish it off. It looks so good to begin with. But again, the high pressure, once this execute comes in for North, that's 2 rounds in a row, it's just a suffocating attack.
Here's what's, if we could ever get the replay of Dupree pushing through, what's really strange is that Glaive is actually on the other side of the bomb site, and after Dupree goes down, Glaive puts out a flashbang that would have helped Dupree get through the smoke. So if they had just talked for 1 second, Dupree could have turned his back, been flashed through the smoke, and probably that would have been it. So I think they missed the timing by like 3 seconds.
Yeah, it happens sometimes, like when an execute, especially the hectic one. Hold the phone, actually. Device is going to get aggressive, finds a kill, but that should... No, actually, it's not. It's still a rush for the North guys. They're running into a whole lot of CZs in a very narrow choke point. This is not going to go well. Now Zipnix is flanking, and Device still gets kills. This has been turned around completely, and Astralis responds in a big way.
What do you want for dinner tonight, Moses? I'm bringing pizza. It's 23rd round coming up now, and do have AKs on Astralis and some on North as well.
I'm a broken man. Nicely done from Astralis. Device. That is so big, and I think they just caught on to the fact that it's all been fast-paced. I'm surprised, actually, that North kept up that when Cajun died in mid. I'm just so amazed that they kept doing that, and now Astralis just gets aggressive. This is where they love it. When they get all this economy, because they do just win a save, and they upgraded essentially 4 weapons at the very least. 4 AKs on the CT side because of that. They don't have to spend a lot of money, so now they can dig deep with the confidence of some cash behind them.
I wish I had amnesia.
Oh.
We left Sip alone in the B bomb site, and Device is sort of rotating back and forth between the C connector, trying to see if he can be of use anywhere right now. Cajun with that AWP. I think maybe he's the man to watch. He's playing kind of alone in main, but maybe he could open it up.
Valdi now trying to find part of that smoke that he can look through, and he does find the edge. He's got to backtrack halfway down Ivy to do it. That ladder player is going to be deadly. You can see MSL trying to toy with him, but Dupree is so good in this spot. The amount of times I've seen Dupree, you know, pull something out of a hat when he's got so much utility being thrown at him. This time he's going to put that out, and there's a second Molotov coming. He's brought down very low. That's pretty clever from North. You like to see that executed well. Can't go much better than it just did.
Yeah, great use of Molotovs. Burn it with fire.
The issue is they almost have nothing now for any kind of execute. They have 1 Molotov and 1 smoke on the T side, and they've got nothing. Well, they've done some damage. There's no kills yet. The Op's going to lead the way out, and he gets blinded at the wrong moment. MSL wins that battle, which is huge, and Kierby taken out from behind. And now, again, this bomb site just falls apart.
Wow, this is backbreaking for Astralis. They really need to keep it up, especially after winning that ridiculous CC round. You know, you want to build a lot on that. And they just got completely snapped in half by North. This is now an incredibly interesting game.
I mean,
I don't want to re-see this round. Can we not replay it?
Listen, if anything is going to wipe it from your memory, it's the next round by North, which is just so beautiful. They're making this outside defense from Astralis look bad. I mean, they're cutting right through it.
Yes.
But here's the tough part. Like, if you're North, this is what kind of sucks about that round that you don't like watching, that CZ round.
What round?
Is look at the AWP and the M4s and all the utility that Astralis has. They have so much money because they didn't have to spend anything on their weapons in the last round. And here's the uppercut. Oh. This has been so fast and aggressive, all half from North.
Oh, Sip is going to be in a lot of trouble. They're going to come in from every angle. One hell of a headshot. He actually falls back to safety. All he has to do is stay alive. Dupree coming in with a big double kill. Spray comes through. Sip still 6 bullets left, tapping away, and North get shut down. That is such well played by Sip. I mean, the first headshot, and then instantly he's just in survival mode.
That's why I mentioned he's one of the best players at inner bomb site. Just that one kill is all that's needed to allow dupreeh to get there in time to find his own double. But the fact that Xyp9x isn't caught off guard and he's prepared for that is so, so big. And now Caribbean should be easy from here. Gets one, he's down low, but Cajun can't do anything as he drops down the ladder. Astralis respond, and they are just barely edging out North down the stretch, just barely keeping themselves in the lead.
This is a wild ride that we've got ourselves on, Moses. I feel like it's the best of 3, and it's only map number 1, and already it's completely unpredictable. I don't know how this is going to go. From North's point of view, A's been working. Do you just go back there? They've got an enormous amount of money. Do you just keep going A?
Yeah, why not? It's worked so many times. I mean, even Inner has worked at a certain point, though. They had a great gun route there earlier on in the half, and I think that's the thing. They were trying to condition Astralis that the outer bomb site was going to be weak, and they needed to focus on that, and then kind of switch things up and go to B, but it just doesn't work. Caribbean's got to be careful. Oh my god, Cajun, the jump over, he's dead. No matter what happens, he's gone.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. Just the fact that, well, it was a great play from Caribbean sneaking up that close, but a little bit of a run boost to get past, and Glaive is going to go and punish it. That is a really strong setup for exactly what North were doing, although Config still picks up the kill on Glaive. That actually keeps them in the round.
Oh, Device is here, and he's ready to punish him. He gets one easy. Now he's going to be prepared for the cross from Config. A great turnaround from Device, reading the play perfectly. And this round's over for North. A 1v4 for MSL. Doesn't even have the bomb quite yet.
This is really mad. MSL will get the kill, but the fact that the bomb is so far away and he's alone with 8 health is not really a good sign for any kind of a clutch. So probably will be 14 rounds for Astralis.
Yes, it will be. I mean, it would be great. I think MSL, I mean, you only have 8 HP, so I guess the play here is just save it, because you can't really expect to get a whole lot done. It'd be so nice if you could bring out even just one more weapon from Astralis down the stretch, put him on the verge of a reset, but it's just not going to happen with 8 HP. dupreeh's prepared for that. 14th, and like you said, North has a lot of money in the bank. I think it's only one player who's down low. He can drop him over. But despite such a good second half, the abysmal first half now has North on notice.
And that's officially Device dropping 30 kills in 26 rounds here. So, I mean, yeah, it's very hard to stop someone who's that much tuned in. He's
had such a phenomenal game. He's been great. Leading the way for Astralis in a big way. And Cajun again has his own up. What does North try and do now? It seems like they have 3 players. Oh, Device almost adds one more to the tally. AZ's lucky to get out of that one, but he's not going to be lucky twice. The aggressive stance as well. Caribbean completely blind, and here comes the hit. dupreeh saves his life, and they're doing so much work towards ladder room. And they shut it down. The fast tactics have finally been understood by Astralis, and they're not getting caught off guard anymore.
Oh, the complete lockdown, especially that pop dog push, just could not make it through. They needed a distraction, and because Device had already taken out AZ in main, they were quite free to take that fight against pop dog pretty much. Even in spite of some pretty good flashbangs.
Yeah, two players there just zoned in on that one choke point. It's just a losing situation for North after that. So, I mean, we talk a lot about the impact Device has had, and it's huge with 31 kills, but that one he gets in the round allows his teammates to just have such an easier time of things in the defense.
I feel like North are going to be kicking themselves that the first half was so miserable for them, because but now this could have been way more competitive if they could have broken that 11-round streak.
Yeah, even if it's just 1 or 2 here or there, just scattered in.
That would have been it, but
well, I think also they're going to be, I mean, the obvious thing they're going to kick themselves is the round that shall not be discussed. But also, they haven't adapted at all in this half. Like, yes, this fast, aggressive, like, trade-based executes that they've come up with to start this half worked phenomenally. But now that Astralis knows it's coming and they've countered it so many different times, you need to have something else you can switch into, right? You need to have some kind of a slower strategy to get out of the funk, because Astralis is now shutting it down.
Nova shotgun on Config. If anyone can make it work, he just may be the person for it. Grenades going out. Are they going to try and see if they can jump dupreeh? He actually gets a bit of action in first, but they're right on top of him. Galil to the face, and dupreeh is gone. Here comes Config. One round is out. Kirby goes down to MSL. It's still a 3-on-3, and Config is hunting inside of the smoke with a Nova shotgun, making his way past. My god, I hope he's going to make a superhero jump up from this sniper spot, because he sure as hell is not going to be shooting anyone from range. He's got the deagle instead. That's giving up on the cause. He does do a lot of damage to Glaive. And Shotgun's back in action. He's going to make a jump down. Device gets a kill on MSL. They just need 2 more kills here, Astralis, and they're going to win map number 1. Glaive moving close, trying to see if he can get the retake in. Config, the last one left, trapped in the corner. And the Nova does not work. That's 16 rounds for Astralis as they take out North on map number 1.
Yeah, Zonix pumped for the rest of the guys. Good map 1 from Astralis. Nicely done from them. A great game from Device. There's not too many players in this world, Anders, that you'll see leading the charge with a shotgun at the outer bomb side of Train. Config, obviously, the only one who might actually do that. I think JW would probably do it as well.
Yeah. He's a special child in that sense, that's for sure. I mean, I kind of want to believe that it could have been working out. Ultimately, probably an economic decision, so they just didn't have a lot to work with. Well then.